Israeli ambassador in South Africa, Eliav Belotsercosky, has said that they will continue to defend themselves against Hamas. He says they appreciate support from some South Africans. The Israeli diplomat took part in the memorial gathering in Johannesburg to pay tribute to Israeli citizens who died when Hamas attacked Israel last weekend. Khayelihle Khumalo has more.
Charged a day here in Johannesburg as South Africans who are really sympathizing with the state of Israel have converged here really to remember those people who perished in the tragedy when Hamas stormed into Israel. But joining us now is Israel's ambassador here in South Africa. So thank you so much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
And what do you make of today's event? I mean, we've seen emotions, we've seen people really talking about the lives that are lost. What do you make of today?
Well, it's a strong gesture of solidarity. We can see people from all walks of life here, Jews, non-Jews, everybody came to express their support with the people of Israel, with the state of Israel, with the terrible victims of the terrible violence that took place, that were the massacres that were perpetrated on the people, on children, and so on. And this means a lot to us. And it means that the people of South Africa support Israel. They support and they understand us, and we will have to defend our citizens.
And just once again, Ambassador, you made it quite clear that, you know, the people who are still held against their will must be released. What could be your appeal to Hamas and, you know, their affiliates at this point in time?
Well, I don't appeal to Hamas. I don't think that's the right approach. I think the Hamas, for the sake of the people of Gaza and for the sake of the people of Israel, should release held hostages. They should stop the attacks on Israel. They should stop firing rockets. As we speak now, there are rockets that have been firing by Hamas on the people, on towns and cities of Israel. This has to be stopped and it has to be condemned, and we will not tolerate this.
And what about the ground operation? We know that the war now is about to reach another stage. Can you just tell us more, you know, how is that unfolding so far?
Well, I'm not going to get into operational plans here. All I can say is that we will save no stone unturned in order to release our people and protect and dismantle the Hamas terrorist organization, dismantle their terrorist infrastructure in Gaza so as to prevent any sort of attack on us. And this is our duty as a country to protect our citizens, and it's actually not only our citizens, because as we know, there were many, many people of different nationalities, different religions that were murdered by Hamas. Hamas is a threat to the world, is a direct continuation of ISIS, and it has to be stopped. It cannot be otherwise.
And just before we let you go, Ambassador, I mean, South Africa has been calling for a cessation of hostilities, but also another point that really came very clear was, you know, just blaming the government for the stance that they've taken. I mean, we saw the president really pledging solidarity with Palestine. What do you make of that?
Well, I wouldn't like to comment on the position of the South African government. I think that such atrocious attacks, really, you cannot see what the perpetrators themselves, they took the videos of the attacks, and what we had seen is really a barbaric savagery, and this has to be condemned. There is no other way. Must be condemned by all civilized humanity.